In the previous step, we learned how to install multiplayer SDK in our project. It is time to use that SDK for implementation the multiplayer mode for our simulator. Alright, we want to create multiplayer mode for our robots. But before doing that, we have to copy the base of the multiplayer of this scene, Photon folder, Photon voice, demos, demo voice pawn, this scene to our scene. So for doing that, I'm coming here to the scenes and drag and drop level 1 into the here, right? And after that, I will duplicate the orthographic camera, this one, and this one, all of them. Drag and drop all of them to my scene, level 1, and remove this scene without saving. Perfect. Now we have the base of the multiplayer with the voice in our scene. Okay, I propose to, it is the orthographic camera, so it can be the first moment of our scene. So put it in here, something like this. And spawn point of the first moment of instantiate character can be here and this angle. Perfect. 0, 0, 0. Okay. Now, the things we have to do is we have to change the character of our scene. For example, right now, in the first moment of our scene instantiate, it's try to instantiate these cartoony characters, but we don't need them. So I want to remove all of them and keep only this one, Zoom Bunny. Okay, and drag and drop the Zoom Bunny into my scene for better understanding. Okay. I don't want to have mesh for that. So I say point light off and Zoom Bunny character is off. Okay. And the speaker can be held, but change the volume special blend from 3D to 2D so our voice can be here from everywhere and every distance. And the highlight, it's perfect. Okay, now another changes of my character must be, for example, I don't need to have animator, so check off. So the rigid body can be here, capsule build colliders can be here, but we don't need to have animator view, so I can remove it from the photon view. The photon view is the bridge between my character and the server. So everything I want to share into the network have to be registered in the photon view. So in the photon view, we have only this one, transform, rotation, and position. I can remove the photon animator view. Oh, sorry. Okay. And also, I don't need to have first person controller, third person controller, orthographic controller. I don't need them. Okay. So the rigid body, the colliders. Yeah. Only thing is photon view and photon transfer. And also I have to add my OVR camera rig to this one. As a child of Zombani. It is my head. Let's do put the Zombani mesh here again. Oh, it can be here. Okay. And change the central eye anchor to 0.01. So the field of view is better right now and more accurate. Okay, our character is ready. Drag and drop again to the Zombani resources folder and exactly on this one. Right. And I can remove it. Into here, we have it right now. But as you can see, the fingers for grab object, finger action is missing because it's tried to get the finger actions from the OVR camera rig. Because we don't have OVR camera rig in our scene, it's missing. Also, I want to check the others. It is the same for grab in here for simple UGV assemble and quadcopter. Only thing is once we have a grab object in here, so for don't have any mistake in our system. However, we don't have any grab object in our scene, but I want to explain how we can fix this problem so we will not have any mistake in our scene. We have to make a system to try to find that OVR object from the scene and replace the OVR object found to that finger actions variable. So we will not have problem for that. In here, perfect. In the finger action, we will say in the void update if finger action equal null, sorry, try to game object obj equal game object. No, sorry, we don't need this part. Finger actions equal game object dot find by the name. Which name? Exactly the OVR name. OVR camera rig. Because finger actions in here is in here. Perfect. Now camera rig in here dot get component finger actions. Perfect. Now our problem is fixed. Another thing is our UGBs. Oh, sorry. Our UGB and our quadcopter position and rotation must be shareable in the network. So we need to instantiate them in here. Perfect. And UGB, sorry, this one. Okay, that object you want to share the information of any types, you have to add photon view to them. Photon view. Perfect. Now you want to say, okay, which parameter you want to share in the network and other users can achieve it and see it. So you will say for both of them, I want to share my transform. In the photon transform view, it is the default mechanism of the Photon SDK for sharing the the object transform, such as position, rotation, and scale. In here, we will say, okay, only share the position and rotation. We don't need to change share the scale because our scale is static and without any change. And it is the same for quadcopter as well. As you can see, it's tried to automatic put it in here. Perfect. Everything is fine. Now I want to compact them to this one. Great. Bravo. Let's test. It has been instantiated in the wrong place. Why? This point is there. It's here. So I want to put this point system to here. Okay, 0, 0, 0. And the position is 0, 0, 0. It is in here. Great. And click on pawn, and it's pawn pointing in here. Why? It's instantiated in the wrong place. Let's check it out together. This is base. It's too strange. Why it try to put itself at there? I can say views random offset. No. And right now, yeah, perfect. The position is of it is correct. but the height of it is not correct because the OVR camera is too high. Okay, I have to change the prefab again and put the OVR camera rig in 0, right? And right now, let's to test it again. Perfect. Change them to 000 because we don't need them, but don't disable them because it's trying to find out this voice demo UI script and other scripts, so it has to be here but not visible. We have to add a simple system for management the OVR camera only for uh, our character, because right now, once we instantiate our character into scene, uh, because we will have one, two, or four, or I don't know, less than 20 users, all of them have OVR camera rig, we will have a problem in our headset. So it needs to be off in the first moment, but we can detect in the photon view if we are a player, we can active the OVR camera, but only for player. So we will say C# script player manager, right? And add this script to our character. Oh, we have to wait for the compiler. Okay, the name player manager. Great. Let's go to the Visual Studio. In here, we have to call using uh, Pon, sorry, Unity engine dot oh, Pon, Photon dot Pon. Okay, and we don't need this part, but we will need for the start, so we'll keep it. In here, we will call public Photon view. Okay, so Photon view, the name of it, and the public game object OVR cam. Right, and we will say if photon view dot is mine equal true, OVR camera dot selective equal true, and if it is false, set it false. Perfect. Or make sure everything is fine, and keep the OVR camera rig on. And in here, we will add a drag and drop photon view into this one, and the OVR camera rig into this one. So we can right now apply all changes. If we check it out again, we have it right now. Perfect. Let's do test it. Great. Let's do export an APK and test it in the headset. Okay, this is our application, and I want to start my scene here, and I wait for I've joined. Okay, and now I want to join my Unity editor as well. Okay, now we have another user in the scene, and I want to move my UGV. As you can see, I can see the view of front camera in the monitor, and in the Unity editor, we can see the movement of our UGV. It is perfect. All moves have been shared in the network. It is perfect. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next step.